What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Motorcycle time. Right? We get it in. But before we get it in, let's see if we can stuff this intro in. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I highly appreciate it, man. Very humbled by it. Thank you guys so much, man. Are you guys ready for episode 4? Four gang, right? Are you ready? Norte, right? Are you guys ready for episode 4 of Super Gunner? I know you guys are, right? So trip out on this story, man. This time, the bikers saved my life. If it wasn't for the bikers, that's why I got love for the motorcycle clubs, man. The bikers, like, look, I don't care if you're a Hell's Angel, you're a Mongo. I shouldn't even say them in the same sentence, huh? They don't get along. The Outlaws, the Banditos, the Morongos, like, whatever you're a part of, man, I respect it and I appreciate it because, man, if it wasn't for these big old white dudes, Mexicans, right, I would have been in major, major trouble, man. I see the train a-coming. It's coming around the bend. 2 white men and Northerners, and they don't look like friends, right? It was all bad for me. I was on my Johnny Cash shit. So at this time, I had an old lady. She was a white girl, right? She was in A and her. She was bad, though. I ain't gonna lie. Her butt was from here to way over there, right? Look, even Max took off running when he heard that. Like, her shit was there, and it didn't stink like a BBL. It was just real. And she liked to do white shit. Go to country western clubs and rodeos and things of that nature. Camping and shit. Hey, and I look, I'm from the hood. I'm from the water. We like fishing and camping and selling crack and things of that nature, right? So it's like, hey, I could cut the crack out for a little while and go. Let's go, right? So we used to hit like camping spots. We'd go to Lake McSwain, Lake McClure, all these little local spots. But she had family in Coco County. Now, I've done a lot of prison time. And I could tell you guys right now, when I hear Coco County, the first thing I think about are the Wood Brothers, right? The woods in Coco County move differently. They ain't no joke, like a Rakim song, right? They're with the activities in the business. So I already knew, man, going to Coco County was dangerous, especially for me, because at the time, I was a non-active gang member. You would think I just fell off. I just was no good in the hood, right? So you would think that I didn't have nothing to worry about. I'm not gang banging. I'm telling the truth. If someone hits me up like, nah, I don't bang. But see, fools don't hit you up like that. They started hitting you up different. See, that old school where you from didn't matter anymore. Now, the new way to hit people up is, are you active? That's it. If they see you with a few tattoos, it's, are you active? Straight up, man. Motherfuckers are different, right? So you got to really be on your stuff, man, because when they hit you up, like, are you active? You could say no, and they'll be like, well, were you? That's when they start elaborating, that's when it gets worse, right? I'm trying to give you guys heads up. That's when it gets worse because you'd be like, not anymore. What do you mean not anymore? Where were you from, homie? Then you tell them where you were from, and then they'd be like, well, fuck you, right? D.O., and then it just gets bad. So we went out to Coco County. She wanted to go to this little bar, right? And this bar, what I didn't know was a biker bar, but a lot of different people went to it. Okay, so I remember that day she was getting all ready, and I think she had a boyfriend out there, to be honest with you. I really think she had a boyfriend out there because she kept going in and out. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, I'm going to go with you. She's like, no, I like smoking alone. Right. And I noticed there was a bald-headed Northerner that kept pulling up, and I don't know what she was into. I know she liked Mexicans. You know, hey, she liked eating Salisbury steak. She loved her a good fucking all-American hot dog. She loved fucking cowboy boots. She loved country western music, and she loved a Mexican chorra, and not necessarily in that order, right? So she probably was doing her thing on the side, which who am I to complain, man? Hey, with a butt like that, you can do the world. I don't give a fuck as long as I'm living in it. So I remember that day she was getting all ready. We're at the pad. I'm at her pad because, see, the way my finances work, where I was padless, right? So the only thing I knew about pads was one time I went under her thing and I seen Kotex pads, right? That's all that's closest to the pad I got. So she was like, let's go. Luckily, I had a car at the time. I had a clean little whip, a Cuddy. So we smash up there, right? And we get to Coco County, and I'm already on alert because having done time in prison, I already know the woods, like, are deep in that area, and this is a white chick, and she's taking me to a white biker bar, so more than likely, I'm going to get hit up by woods. I wasn't stressing off the Nortenos, really, right? But I was on high alert for everyone because I had just got out of prison. I'd been out like a few months. And the way my prison game worked was I was on parole, but even more so than that, like I was like sweating everybody, stressing off everything. Like I ain't no punk, man. If motherfuckers hit me up, I'm gonna get off. There's motherfuckers running around in my town right now. I slapped up, like just because they hit me up, like, "Hey, bro, where you been?" Pop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not active. They're like, "What?" Right? I was tripping like that. I wasn't no hardcore gangster, but I wasn't no punk either, right? And so I remember we get to this spot, and it's a cool little spot. It's a cool bar. I don't know the name of it. I forgot. And there's some bikers there, but not no big roughneck 1%er bikers. It's just some dudes on fucking a Hyundai fucking Elantra motorcycle, right? On a Bugatti. So I see these little biker dudes. They got little, you can always tell because a chaleco, a real biker will wear their cut, right? These guys didn't have a cut. These guys had like icy fucking crispy. It looks like they can't bend their arms jackets that they just bought at the Harley Davidson store. Like they had money. They were pretending to be bikers, but just on bikes. Some of them were on trikes, right? So as we're kicking back, this chick is going in and out, man. And I see a Regal pull up. And I see two Northerners in the Regal. I know because I went to go see where she was taking that big old ass, because the last thing I wanted her to do was leave with a whole bunch of black men, because then I knew that once she went black, the bitch probably would never come back, right? So as I'm looking, I see the Northerners out there. They're not talking to her or nothing, right? Well, she actually was talking to one of them, right? So when I came in, I sat down and I didn't know what was going on out there. So it's been like 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to listen to the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's not what it's all about. Like the music they're playing sucks. And I have a couple fucking roughneck bikers that actually walked in now that are kind of looking at me. They're like, "What's up, bro?" I'm like, "What's up? You want a beer?" Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind one. Oh, well, they got some good beers right there on tap. All you got to do is buy one. Right. So I know I'm kind of on. She finally comes in, hair all kind of messed up. I'm like, what were you doing? She was like, I was having a smoke. I said, for 15 minutes? She said, I smoked two of them. I ran into an old friend. Yeah, no, the old friend ran into you. That's what really happened, right? So now these two Northerners walk in the bar because I guess he just didn't get enough. And his homeboy wants seconds. And I'm sitting there with her, and immediately my antennas go up, bing, right? Because now there's Nortenos, active Nortenos in the building, and I'm a just recently non-activated Norteño, right? So I see these bikers there, and several more bikers are coming in, some roughneck looking motherfuckers. And they're all chilling. They're having a birthday party there. They're fucking drinking beer. And man, if you've ever been around bikers, they're a fun time. It's fun with them, right? Brother, fuck you. I'll kill everybody. Don't touch my bike. I'll be right back, right? They got their old ladies going. Their old ladies fucking are like attached to them. You ever seen a biker's old lady? She got her finger around his belt loop, like she will not let go. I'm telling you right now, don't look at a biker's old lady. They're tripping, right? So I'm right there. I'm getting to chop it up with a couple of bikers. The riffraff trikers, they left. The ones with the fake, they left. The pleather on, no, these dudes got leather on. So I automatically, this is how my mind works, right? The chick, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to my friend," and she goes sits in between these two Northerners, playing me out of pocket. Don't worry, bitch, we're gonna go home, right? And I'm like, damn. And she's like, calls me over there, and I'm like, oh no, right? So I'm trying to get closer to these bikers, to get some backup, because I already know what time it's gonna be. Like I already feel it. And I go sit over there, and she's like, "Hey, this is my old man," and she's like, "Oh, this is my homeboy right here, and this is his friend." And I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" And guess what they say? "What's up, homie? Where you from, bro? You active?" I'm like, nah, I don't play that, bro. They're like, "Oh, is that right? Where you from though?" And I said, "I'm from Merced and shit." They're like, "Oh, yes, you know the homeboy this, you know the homeboy that, you know the homeboy this." Now, if I say I do know, and I knew every motherfucker that they said, so I knew they were real, right? If I say yeah, they're gonna be like, "How you know everybody, but you're not acting?" They're gonna start putting two and two together to make four, right? So I'm like, the names sound familiar. They were like, "Yeah, hey, bro, you got some nice work. Where'd you get that shit at?" The second question that'll bury you, right? I said, "I got some in Corcoran, bro. I got some in Sadaf. I'm seeing a few things over here, over there, and shit." They're like, yeah, it looks like good thing that prison work, right? Yeah, hey, were you a homie or what? Are you a homie? Again, I said, no, I'm not a homie. I didn't say I wasn't. I said, I'm not a homie, right? And they're like, all right, that's what's up. And so the chick's like, okay, all right, man, we're going to do our own thing. So we're over there. And I remember she was like, you want to dance? And I'm like, I don't dance to Travis Tritt. Like I'm not dancing to my dog is in the river is in my dog. I just had a four-wheeler and also got a hog. Like that's not my shit. Like I'll listen to country music, you know what I'm saying? Hey, throw on some Brooks and Dunn and I'm there, right? But that Travis Tritt shit was just a little too oaky-ish for me. right? Shout out to the white man. And she was like, no, I'm going to play some of your music. Guess what this bitch was on? Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. I was out there. Come on, baby, baby, let me rock Chaka Khan. Let me rock. That's all I want to do, Chaka Khan. I feel for you. Hey, even the Northerners are like, I think I love you. Right there over there, gang banging. Hey, the bikers are looking like, what the fuck is this, brother? Well, then a couple Mexican bikers walk in from a different club. And I'm thinking, to what type of shenanigans are going to happen here? Are the Northerners going to get off on me? Am I going to get off on them? Is my old lady going to give a mamon to one of them, which she already had? Or are these bikers going to fight each other? I'm perplexed and confuzzled at this point, right? In the words of that fucking weirdo D. Kane. So I'm looking around like, damn, man, this ain't sparkly. What's going on here? And the Northerner's like, hey, come here, bro, come here. And that chick, she's in there fucking, that one part, right? So I walk up there like, hey, are you a DO? I said, no, I don't got a PO. And even though I did. He was like, nah, I didn't say PO, bro. He said, like, are you a DO? I said, no, but I got a pew, right? And he was like, no, I mean, are you active or what, homie? Like, it ain't no thing. We ain't even tripping like that. I said, Serio? He said, yeah, we're not tripping like that, bro. I said, nah, bro. And so I start to tell my story and explain what's happening, right? It's not that I'm scared. It's that I'm aware. Or scared. Fuck it. Call it what you want, right? And so they're like, yeah, let's have a drink. Well, I know how to rock a motherfucker to sleep. You see, before when I was an active gang member, I used to do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'll smile in your face and then turn around, two-faced monster, right? Baby boy. The Hoovers, right? Like, I already know about that. It's the butter. I know about getting motherfuckers in the crossfire, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm very aware now, right? I'm looking at their hands. I'm looking at their pockets, their waist, seeing if they got anything. We're sitting at a table. One dude gets up and he's talking to the chick, right? That's the friend, right? He walks to the bathroom. I see her pat him on the shoulder. I'm thinking about 5 minutes. I give her 5 minutes. She's going to be walking to that bathroom too. Sure enough, right? Cool part about it was she didn't ever cheat on me that night, allegedly, right? But it just seemed like it, or maybe my mind was so paranoid. That's what I was thinking. Cocaine to do that to you. It's a hell of a drug. Anyways, I'm kicking it. Speaking of that, the homie's like, hey, bro, you get down and shit? I said, no, I don't do meth and shit like that. He said, no, you get down with the yay? I said, yeah. I said, I got some bomb. He said, Saturday, I got some too. He said, you do one of mine, I do one of yours. Let's go, right? So we go to the bathroom. His homeboy's already in there gagging it up, right? He's like, hey, bro, you think you're going to do a threesome, right? I said, and the other guy's like, well, yeah, that's like a foursome, Norte, right? And I'm getting all gangbanged out too. I'm like, yeah, Norte gang, fool. Right, let's do one. So we're doing our thing. Cokehead like a motherfucker, stupid, right? Dumb in my younger ages. So I come out of the bathroom, right? Them fools stay in the bathroom, but I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Once you do a gagger with someone, doesn't that make you like blood? Like you're related now. Like you're related in drogas, right? So she's out there. She's like, what are you guys doing in there? I says, one. You want one? Yeah. She goes into the men's bathroom with us, right? The bikers are looking like, oh, another fucking white girl down the drain. One white girl, 3 Mexicans. What do you think that's going to happen? Yep, 3 men in a cup, right? So she goes in there, does her thing. We all come out. They're playing some music. Some Bobby Brown's playing. Every little step I take. Even the bikers are like, we will be there. Every little throttle and brake, right? So as I'm kicking back, 4 more Northerners pull up. And these dudes look aggravated. They don't look like these 2 dudes. And these 2 dudes have called these dudes. They were trying to rock me to sleep. I felt it too in my bones. Like when they kind of like were on the phone. One of them was on the phone, the friend of the chick's friend, right? And they walk in. Now at this time I had been bullshitting with the bikers. They're buying me drinks. I'm buying them drinks. We're doing cocaine right there at the bar. Like we're having fun, right? And I'm not going to tell you what biker club it was, but it's a very well-known biker club. And then you had these other Mexican dudes. I think their biker club was named Dirty Sanchez. I don't know what they were, but they were in there, right? And I'm chopping up with them, and I'm befriending these bikers. But at the same time, once these other Northerners get there, they keep staring at me, and they're staring at me hard. I already know what time it is. So I'm right there with these bikers, and one of them was like, brother, you got a problem? And I'm thinking, oh, no, please, not the bikers too, right? I could take the Northerners an ass whipping from them, but bikers, they're going to hit me with a sprocket or something. I'm like, nah, what's up? He's like, no, brother, I see them, the Mexicans, they're looking at you. You say, look, you got to find old lady, brother. I've been looking at her ass all night long. Everyone has, right, fellas? They're like, oi. I'm like, he's dirt. He's like, look, if you got a problem with the essays, brother, this is not their fucking spot. I don't even know why they're here. And I was like, they might be tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, what are they tripping on, brother? I said, well, they're tripping because I'm not a gang member. Well, brother, you don't have to be a fucking gang member. You know what I'm saying? You can make your own choice in life. You can be a biker, preferably. You can be a doctor. I don't know what that's fucking going to help. You can be a cop. No. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be a Norteño. Either way, brother, we got your back. If push comes to shove, I'm going to shove and I'm going to push. Now, what you got to do is you got to get your little old lady friend right there to sing some karaoke with me. If you could do that, yeah, I'll be Michael McDonald. She could be, who's that one black bitch? I'm like, you're talking about, I don't know, Sherelle or whatever her name is. Oh, Aretha Franklin or whoever the fuck that bitch is. I said, that's Patti LaBelle. That one. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have left her. That's what friends are for. I said, no, I think that's the wrong song. Anyways, I'm cool that this dude's got my back. So the other bikers are like, yeah, bro, don't even trip, man. Don't even trip off these guys. So they're going to leave. The bikers are getting ready. They're all faded already. And I'm like, fuck. And I want to leave, but I see them Northerners staring at me. Now I'm not going over talking to those two guys. They're not coming over talking to me. Like, they knew what time it was, right? It's only a matter of time. So I tell the chick, I said, hey, go tell your friends bye. We're going to leave. I tell the biker dude, I said, hey, I'm going to go outside, bro, to my car. And if them dudes are going to make a move, they're going to come out there. He's like, well, we're leaving anyways, brother. We'll walk with you. I said, yeah, but I don't need no protection like motherfuckers walking me out. Brother, stop being scared. You know damn well you're scared, so stop being it, right? I'm like, yeah, I am a little bit, right? So she goes over, she tells her friends, bye, right? And this other Northerner grabs her hand. He's like, hey, kick it with us. He's trying to pull her to the side because they're going to black out me. They're going to kill me or do something bad to me, right? And she's like, I got to go. It's my car, you know? And it's my Cutlass at the time, but this is what she's telling them. Like, I got to go. She's making excuses. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, man. I ain't no punk, man. I gotta let fools just be fucking trying to fucking bone my old lady in front of me. What kind of weirdo shit is that? Even though I just met her over a bowl of cold soup that didn't taste well, she still had butt. And with that being said, I'm willing to take an ass whipping over that, right? So I stood up, I walk over, and I tell the two homies, all right, man, mucho gusto. It was nice meeting you guys. And one dude looks up, he says, hey, are you active, homie? And the way he said it, like he already knew, which he did. The dudes had told him, right? They've been staring at me for fucking an hour already, right? And I said, no, I'm not active, homie. Now my blood starts boiling because this motherfucker tried to fucking grab my old lady and he's talking crazy, right? So I said, no, I'm not active, homie. He said, hey, don't call me homie, bro, if you're not a homeboy. And I said, nah, you guys ain't. I could tell. And he was like, well, this is active north, the whoop-de-whoop. And I said, listen, bro, you would have been got off if you were with the business because you guys already know what time it is. And one socked me. The friend of her friend hit me. Boom. And I almost blacked out. He hit me like lightning. I was like, oh. I went like that, and the Northerner jumped up. One of them had a big-ass knife. I seen it. I was like, oh, and like so much like this fool hits me, boom. The other one jumps up. He's going to book me. You don't want to do that here, brother, right? Man, these bikers got to molly and to whopping and to whopping and to whopping, mollying, right? And I ain't going to lie, man, for once I was like, isn't they lovely? Isn't they made for... These bikers were doing some bad shit. I ain't going to lie. A couple of the Northerners were handling their business. They were fighting. Boom, 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 boom. That shit went outside like a movie, like the movie Roadhouse. Like Patrick Swayze threw us out of there, right? Man, the bartender was fucking people with pitchers. You know the hard pitchers that they pour beer? Boom, boom. Everybody in that bar went off. Man, the females were fighting. My chick ran to the car and said, start the car, right? I'm over there fighting fucking. I think I hit a biker. I don't know. But the bikers definitely saved me that day because them fools were going to book me. You know, and I'll never forget, you know, after that, I always had respect and love for the biker community just because my dad used to run around with a lot of them back in the days. You see, my dad is a gangster or was, rest in peace to my pops, right? He wasn't a Norteño. He wasn't a Southsider. He wasn't a Crip, a Blood, or a Norte Thug. Soul gang. He was none of that. My dad was a gangster, though. He kicked it with Hell's Angels and Mongols and fucking and whoever, right? Bikers and Northerners and Southerners and just A-Town and Levi's and like it didn't matter to him, man. If you had money, he was trying to take it. That was his mentality, right? He was trying to hustle, always pulling the leg. Even before he died, I remember a couple weeks before he died, he said, "Mijo," he called me. I was like, "What's up, Dad?" He's like, "Mijo, I know a lick. They got like 30 rack." I was like, "I'm cool." All right, hey, motherfucker, you're dying of leukemia, and you're telling me about a lick. Yeah, you can fool it, and then you guys can bury me with the money. No, I'm cool. Gotta love my dad. He was with the business, right? But I grew up around bikers, so I had a lot of respect for them because I seen them in and out of my house. I knew, man, this is a one and only time that they protected me, like for reals. Hey, and I remember, man, the Northerners jumped in their whip and left, and I was all fucked up. Like a lot of us were fucked up. Like it was a fight, man. It was a fight. A couple of the bikers got stabbed. The Northerners, one of them got fucking hit with a bat in his face. He was all crushed. They left, right? They're like, we're coming back. We're coming back in there. We're coming back. And I'm just like, I'm not active. I don't want no more problems. And the biker's like, hey, brother, mucho gusto. It's cool meeting you. I told you we got your back. Now I got to take my homeboy to operate. Yeah, he's going to have an operation. That fucking Northerner stabbed him like at least 30, 40 times, brother. So, you guys hold it down and nice to meet you. And your old lady, one of these days we'll sing karaoke. She could be Whitney Houston. I'll be Brad Pitt. I was like, I think it's Kevin Costner, whoever the fuck that motherfucker is. He ain't a biker. And then they left. Anyways, that's one of my stories for the day, man. If it wasn't for the bikers, man, Northerners would have booked the shit out of me. Did I deserve it? I should have left the moment that it was just them two, or he's got off on them too, right? But I wasn't expecting like that. You know what the cool part is? You want to know what the coldest part of the whole story is? That motherfucker kept my coat. And when I gave him the bag to do his, I handed it back to him. He kept mine. I guess I'm a degenerate. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. If you guys like the Super Gunner series, man, I'll hit you with an episode 5 if you press a 1. Let's get interactive, man. Join the membership. Do something. Do something, man. Fuck with your boy. Let me know you fuck with me, man, because I got you. Bang, bang.